Okay. Stream 66. Increase productivity, keep new website development. Okay. All right. Stream 66. This won't be anything special. I just want to yap a little bit because my mind is not in this. Life management, yes. So it's Monday, almost 2 p.m. I'm still not fully recovered from my sickness, flu, but I'm almost there. I wouldn't start practicing handstand or anything similar. I still have to go through my stuff here, but I will wait for tomorrow or until I wouldn't feel any symptoms while crouching. I had an interesting conversation today. But yeah, it won't change my plans. This sickness and then 2-day reset from world peace, life work. They got my mind away from this, my normal life. Now I'm trying to adjust again. So, world peace, AI, opportunities. Yeah. I don't think I will receive any news about unemployment yet. I sent that on Thursday. Friday was the first day, but I will still go and check. Can I see anything new? Can I log in? Yes. Yes, please. So many buttons. It just says applying for work is approved temporarily, or so far. I don't have any future meetings set up. Maybe I need to check this better in the future. I can't see anything that when has this been approved, or maybe it's automatic. I guess it's automatic. I must say I don't remember what was here on Thursday. I haven't received any message. But I can't get any social benefit anyways yet. But all right. My current situation everything is still so new. It doesn't come automatically. I have to try to remember, wait, how's my life going? How is my life going? I have this strong feeling that I'm missing something. I've forgotten something. My life can't be this simple or be this way. I have that kind of feeling. I applied for Thursday or Friday. I become unemployed. Saturday, Sunday. Now it's Monday. I've done my website. That's important. AI development. I want to break down my life. Now I remember that I disabled my alarms. Let's put those back on. Every 15 minutes. Because I love that so much. Having to click it. Alarm 10 minutes. I guess this is fine then. Okay, good. That back on. There is still, so Gamifying Politics project, my website, AI development. And when my website is in better condition, I will start putting content there. So there's this stream notes. That project is about how to show work efficiently, how to send updates have a platform that's actually usable, that's concrete, what I can ask feedback on. I will put my CV there. I will start updating that. LinkedIn. I'm going to go through my GitHub, set as private everything that's not important, or update the readmes to show very quickly that, hey, this was a school project, this was the idea, just a small snippet what I did back then. Also before AI, maybe that, or that has some value nowadays. There is a day, there are dates on GitHub when these commits were made. Once I have that, then gamifying politics, I will continue learning about politics, trying to think about the point system, go through Parliament's website. The data API is not working. I would love to get that working, because then I can automate pointing system, actual points to the game. Start thinking about how to communicate this project. So start making some PowerPoints, PDFs, or just notes in the beginning. Possible questions. So preparing for that. That's very clear. The idea is to get that project forward to the point where we know better what are its possibilities, potential. And then if there aren't any, I will keep the project to myself at least, link it to my own website, make LinkedIn post about it, and still keep it active. It's about gamifying politics, it's important. Maybe move to another country next. Germany. How is their politics? EA, effective altruism. That event is in 1 month. Start planning that a little bit. They will announce networking platform before, a few weeks before that. That's an opportunity to find interesting people, book one-on-ones. I still haven't applied for volunteering. Now I remember that. That was last week. I mentioned that on stream, documented that. There is possibility to check that I could get a bigger role than just normal volunteer. Maybe I could be responsible for volunteers or some volunteers. Think about that further, make decisions, and communicate my situation, what I want, becoming a founder, startups. I can initialize nodes for that. I don't think I have, at least active. I don't have a place that, hey, here I will put possible company ideas. It's still unclear. So I had this meeting today. I thought it was about something that was called, someone called me a month ago and said, hey, there, someone asked for recommendations. I was recommended. But then this person who I had lovely conversation with told another person names. So it's possible that I was kind of referenced or mentioned in two different occasions. So I sent question after very short meeting, under an hour. I'm used to, or I can talk for hours, 10 hours easily. There are so many stories, so many ideas, philosophy, psychology, projects and experiences and possibilities, future visions, that 1 hour is very little time. But I sent a question, hey, is this the same thing? Because now, or it seemed that no, these are two different occasions. So I want to know, just to know whether to expect possible contact from someone else, because I could start planning on move to Helsinki on May. Now, if I knew that these opportunities didn't bring any clear position here, why not move there and start looking for contacts, opportunities there instead of here? I have talked about how I'm kind of keeping myself from making too strong connections or new connections here in Tampere, although it is sort of an excuse, but also not. Making new connections is quite easy. Very easy. In 2 days, my mind got reset very well. When I'm going through these topics, these things, they do feel distant, even if it has been only a few days. The sickness, that affects this. It's almost 2 weeks till it started, because I haven't been sick much. I'm not sick. That means that the developments I have done, I have changed my habits, but I haven't developed my habits when I'm sick. Very often that brings other strong habits, that when I'm sick, I have more excuses to not work. That, hey, I can allow myself to watch entertainment. That's very good example of how there are these different what is it? Sparks? No. Activators. That bring certain habit. Yesterday I was a little hangover. That amplified it. I'm used to when I'm hangover, I can watch entertainment, I can sleep. I don't have to do anything. After an event, I have an excuse or habit. So yesterday I had 3 overlapping habits of allowing some entertainment. But now I'm back. World peace. World peace. I notice that the more I do things, think about world peace, start to create habits or lower the barrier to start working, being productive, my mind tries to optimize this. Instead of needing to go back to my deep philosophy, get motivation from there, my mind just thinks, hey, let's just do this. There's no need to think about it more deeply. But in my case, it's important. It's important that I will completely disagree with that, with my brain, that I don't want it to optimize this. Needs to be difficult. Needs to require that full reset. That let's completely stop everything I do and just be still. Allow the boredom. I need to think about death. I need to think about there having no meaning at all. And really ask myself, figure out logically why I want to do this. That way, I strengthen the correct path. If I don't do that, I will slowly but surely optimize, my brain will optimize, and I will adapt to this world that I'm currently living. That's a mistake. How many things are done, communicated, they're shit. They're terrible. Everything must be improved. So if I allow my brain to optimize myself, my life, to feel good in this role, this situation, I will not make anything new, or that as much as I could. I'm not getting responses. Asking about today's schedule. Many things I mentioned earlier now. I haven't thought that much even. I have this feeling that, wait, why haven't I thought this more? But the reason has been, hey, I haven't had time for that. Now I can continue with one single question. Do I know what I'm doing? Do I have a feeling that this time I know what I'm doing? So start from very high level view of my life. If that's not clear, I shouldn't move. Do I know what I'm doing? Clear answer, no. World peace. Does feel a bit distant, thinking about it now. So I need that reset. Lower all excitement I don't need that. I don't want it. I have pure energy I could use for developing my website further, improving or going through the AI tools. But that's a mistake. There is no meaning. I'm only waiting for death. I feel the brain's optimization. I need to work on going that path. And yeah, this is good to document. On January, I was at one point, I was constantly thinking about the zero state. There being no objective meaning. Many people get lost in there, but I was relaxed with that, knowing that. And very boringly, I'm sure it sounds boring, that what is my core motivation to do anything is I'm waiting for death. It clearly hasn't happened. I want to do something. I feel good. I have time. Just experiencing this reality, this world, is nice. What will I want to do? Something, but I can't choose anything else than world peace, because it's the same as knowing some... What could be a good example? Good example. Why can't I choose anything less? Let's say there is a car, goes 50 kilometers per hour speed. First time I discovered that, it's the only car I have ever known. It's cool, it's fast, it goes 50. Of course, I want it. I like it when I drive. It feels great. But then I get to know, hey, there are these other cars. They are cooler, they are faster. Knowing that, having driven over 200 kilometers per hour, why would I choose the car that goes 50? For some, it's a bad example because they like the novelty or something specific, nostalgic, vintage. But in this example, cars are kind of identical. That in a sense there is no emotional attachment to anything. It's just speed, it's comfort, features. People choose their decisions based on the options they have, they know of. If they only see one car, that's the one that they want to pursue towards. I see the fastest car. I know I can choose that. I don't know anyone who has the same goal, at least in the same way. Meaning that they do the work, either being political, in a political role, trying to advance some human rights or some part of this big puzzle. I don't know anyone who does that because they want to achieve world peace, but the world peace being the sole reason. And this is important, because if I just chose, if I do all this, I figure out my opportunities, I understand what people are doing, I see an avenue that I can take where I can make a difference. My brain will optimize that. When I start doing it, let's say in 2 years, I'm doing good, I'm developing some product, making difference, but what I'm mostly concentrated on is that product. I lose the big picture, that hey, this is only part of this world peace. I'm sure there are many people who keep reminding themselves what is the bigger goal, but just observing, having conversations with people, I have noticed how much people are they're just adjusting to the reality we live currently. They're looking for clear job opportunities, job roles. They study for some reason, and then they look for opportunities that there are, and live in a structured way. If you want to make a difference, that's a mistake. I know people, most people I talk with about philosophy, they say that they have read some books, that they got into philosophy because they wondered about this world and started to look for answers. That's the completely opposite of what I did. I had the feeling, I don't like this, I want to know, but it was mainly because I had such a huge barrier to start looking for any book or anything. By default, I disagree. I need to find my own way to understand it. That's why I didn't want to read. But most people, I have this feeling that most people and experience, they look for something full, ready, built. If they're not given the opportunities, the ideas, the motivation, excitement, they don't create it themselves. Going back to that question, do I know what I'm doing? Breaking the optimization. When I think about death or having no meaning, my subconsciousness is like, do you need to open this? It knows there is nothing there, so I'm not depressed by it. I don't fear it. There is no avoidance because it's a hard topic. My brain just signals, it's boring. I have been there. I'm fully aware what's there. If I don't do this, how will I keep developing with the right purpose? Or do I? Now when I think about it, if I'm subconsciously sure this is the right decision, I'm not going to change that. World peace. Before, I needed to find motivation or what is the term? Clearance. Well, make it more clear why I would choose world peace. That's why I needed to keep that zero state, death, as a motivator, as a link those two. Now when I think about world peace, it's not common. I haven't thought about that enough, but I don't feel the need to link that anymore. Think about the link. Okay. Okay, sending a message. Right. Yes. Realizing I don't need to open up the philosophy. The more I build it, the stronger it is. It hasn't wavered, shaken, even once. Why would I open it up again? I just need to strengthen the goal. In time, my mind will optimize that as well. But if I can keep it high enough and not lose track what I'm trying to achieve, then I'm sure it's fine. So if I think about this in a way that the philosophy is at the bottom and this goal is here, I can't reach the foundation anymore easily, as I now tried. It would take too much energy trying to find that feeling of there having no meaning. So that has raised, I have built on top of it. But this can't come down. Can it decrease? the goal is to keep using world peace term, start defining it myself, and then that's public, that's common interest goal, whereas philosophy is personal. I don't need to uncover that anymore for myself. I can explain it very well for someone else, but it's fine just not going there anymore. This world peace, I will start to find people to have a conversation about it. Everyone has their own view, but that's good because it keeps it fresh. As long as I keep having those conversations, I keep redefining it myself, sharing it to others, and finding new people, especially younger people, to get involved. What's their definition of world peace? Or something else. World peace is my goal. It can be part of someone else's goal. It's fine. I don't need to take part of their bigger goal. Intergalactic space travel, sure. Although, yeah, I have defined those goals after world peace. Living forever and so on. That keeps it fresh, yes. Now I'm trying to think about this optimization. Because my life has kept moving, changing all the time. These projects that I'm getting involved, they will change. I haven't formed habits because there hasn't been any habit that I'm happy with. Almost everything I own, I want to change. The position, I want to change. The people I work with, I haven't found the ones who I will probably work with in the future the most. There hasn't been many opportunities for my brain to optimize. I have mentioned many times that that's kind of the hardest part in this. It has started to change a month ago, roughly, that I have gotten used to this life, this vision, this path. And now I realize very well how much there has been this optimization happening. Before that, before January, I was trying to break. I was trying to discover the foundation. So I put to pieces everything in my path. I couldn't build anything permanent. I was just breaking stuff. So at any moment there couldn't have been any optimization. Even my philosophy that I build, or these techniques, there really isn't that much optimizing there. But what I started to build on January, on top of the philosophy foundation, I started to build habits, abstractions, meaning, which is not absolute. Meaning is random things that can be changed. The philosophy I can't change, meaning I can change. I started to build that. And that's what my brain has optimized quite well. I have changed my habits, my subconsciousness towards entertainment, work. Now when I think about politics or even this world peace, it's easier. My mind doesn't give negative responses as much. I feel more this feeling of politics, cool, okay, well, when will I start reading? And then I get confused because I feel that those feelings that of course this is easy, this topic. And I have a habit of, or it's in biology, something is easy, then I do take the next step. I reactively start to make the next step, but then I look around, wonder, or be confused because I haven't been here. So, because I have used to, if something is easy, I have done it a lot, there is a strong experience built around this topic. It means I don't need to think about what to do, what steps to make, because clearly it's a habit by now, but it's not. I have artificially fastened or made the process much faster. But suddenly I just remove some barriers, but I haven't thought further. I feel very good, especially now I'm getting healthier also. Good direction. I need to drink more. And I think of the biggest mystery, negative, stress. Do I stress about anything? I feel that people around me are doing good. I don't have many. Can I think of anything that I have postponed? There has been some conversations or some people I wanted to contact for months, but it wasn't that important. And I had already built this habit of knowing that there are these people I could contact. But nowadays, I don't have those anymore. I have contacted the people I want. I have people I could catch up with. At any moment. It's confusing. In the middle of a village, there's task board that has been full, and then there are these smaller notices that, hey, there are tasks in the center, go there, or signs. The task board is empty, but there are still these signs. Another common thing. So artifacts. I haven't removed or changed the feeling that currently there are not. Is it really true? I'm not avoiding anything. Development now is to strengthen the world peace. Remove that one step was there to also think about the core motivation. That's not needed anymore. Or if I need to, I can always do that, but then I would have subconscious motivation for it. Now I don't. The opposite. I will meditate about this. Not now. Switch to AI. AI workflow. What is this? Also, I don't know if I mentioned this. It was good that I didn't show the email that was on here, these emails, but for some reason I didn't consider that, hey, I pushed this to GitHub. Anyone could get these files still. So what I will do is going to remove all of this. They are still an artifact someone could find. Or now when I think about, maybe not. Maybe it's not important. Okay, let's move on. But the email address is there. Think about AI tools. Again, first, a question to my subconsciousness. Do I know how to use AI? Do I know what to do when I think about AI, productivity, managing my life, making decisions, creating notes? It's unclear. The response is that, hey, I don't know, it's unclear. How can I use that effectively if I don't have bigger vision, like that world peace? Now, I can always say, that is my goal. I don't need to rediscover that every time. But with AI, I haven't thought about it. What is the vision? Do I know what is the vision with this? Thinking of productivity, the vision is that, especially now, when I realized that my motivation, core life's motivation, is optimized, I don't need to think about it anymore. I realized better that this will be optimized as well. The world peace will be so mundane in my life that I can optimize this as well. AI usage. In my life, I will have many things during my days. One might be meditating, clearing my head. One might be developing IRAC. One is just pure work, meetings, development, communication, research. All of them I want to optimize. If I can with IRAC, That's the best. I don't need to find or customize any tool. But something I can't just keep in my head. And some workflows like research is best done with AI. Using my computer, these different apps. Is the camera positioned right? What is the big vision? The big vision is I will start my day and think about world peace. I will say that to AI, or my personal assistant knows what is my goal. And I can start with a simple question. How can I move closer to the world peace fastest? What can I do this day now to advance, to get that there faster? I can ask that from AI. Using AI tools, creation, productivity, learning, search engines, extensions, PC workflow. Asking of any separate window. This is more specifically, I need larger scale view. Automated tools, engines, pipelines, APIs, Gemini, AI chat, AI assistant, conversation on. But this is about specifics. If I don't know very well why I would be using those, this is the wrong approach. Building AI, and okay, so all of this, what is drawing? Not this is about specifics. AI workflow. This is the university, which is specifics, how to use and think of AI, at least what it is right now. AI board, what is AI board? Copilot Claude Code. Where is my productivity? Obsidian space repetition plugin. Productivity notes my productivity. So this is in general, I could maybe directly show this to someone. They can also be productive. This is specifically in my case. The goal is to create world peace solutions as fast as possible. Secondary goal is to reach an empty state in my life. I feel I don't have any responsibilities left and I can use the excess energy towards world peace. That's what I meant by saying I have this feeling that I have things to do, but then when I try to come up with those things, I realize they're not there. That's towards this, being free to start new things, to be open to ideas, new people, not feeling the drag, being light, agile, areas to improve, thinking, trying to develop, probably start streaming right from the morning, preferably aim to increase the productivity by stopping the flow state more and increasing the tempo, note taking, testing sessions where I test alternative tools, but I lack the vision. At least on subconscious level, I don't get that clear goal, what I'm trying to achieve, just improving productivity. This is sort of the goal, but it's not on subconscious level. It needs to be simpler. Start doing testing. Okay. I like development. Having AI teachers, coaches that have access to, okay. These are good points here, but they lack the vision. This feels that I have an idea where I'm heading towards, and I have decided to start with something that feels like, okay, at least it will have this, but is it the right move? That's unclear. I have the world peace, but that's a bit vague still. What is the steps? What are steps before that? I need to start building from top down as well as bottom up. The goal is to create world peace solutions as fast as possible. Goal is to reach world peace. For that, the goal is to create world peace solutions. So world peace, one large thing, and then taking it apart, what's needed, what are the pieces. When I have all the pieces, when they are together, that's world peace. Of course, defining world peace, making it clear goal, that is important, but I already have that clear enough on my subconsciousness. I haven't cleared it enough, the specifics, but as I said, I will do that little by little, not now. To reach that, the goal is to create world peace solution as fast as possible. Okay. A secondary goal is to reach an empty state in my life. That's not secondary, that's very, very small goal and not that important. At least to focus on that will happen even if I don't try. To reach that, the goal is to create world peace solutions as fast as possible. My mind needs to be there. This means have it very clear what I'm doing currently. Towards these solutions. Gamify politics. I am involved in one project where I have already sent some feedback, my solution, that I can continue. I have plans on suggesting maybe future workshops I could lead, create, to motivate others, collaborators. I have an idea about a company or just small business I could create if there was any interest towards mentorship, getting my help on self-development. All of those, sharing my methods, if they work with others, that's huge. I have, in the last 4 years, I tried to tackle controlling my life, and it didn't work. It never worked. For 3 years, I spent 3 years without any result, pretty much. I just gradually changed my life, of course, but I didn't reach anywhere. And that's the state that I have noticed from others. They are at the same point. They don't have the same solutions that I found a year ago. I want to share those. And if someone becomes able to get same results or similar results, they could teach it forward. That's the idea. I don't want to do that myself. It's very important. It can create, can bring humanity closer to world peace. If people are more easily, or they can develop themselves better. That's huge. It's needed. Change is needed. It's good if it comes from their own motivation, not from outside need. So be able to list down everything I do. Clearly for this, creating world peace solutions, gamifying politics is a direct, it's a direct solution that might be applied someday. It might work, might be in use and have an effect. How big? That's another question. Have very clear idea of how to get to know other no other very clear idea of how to get to know other solutions. Progress. Recreate this sentence. Be able going. Know when other interesting projects start or are and active that have potential. I can recreate the sentence, make it clearer, but not now. This means that I can ask myself right now, what are different ways, different pieces that people are trying to build that leads to world peace? Simple question. Can I list them? This is concrete goal. People still see it differently, always will. It's not math or easy math. Everything is math. Let's take Pakistan and India as an example. Is there peace in that area? No. What are the ways to reach peace state? Would it be the last place on earth that is needed to change? That's one solution that work on everything else, and then it will automatically happen from pressure from outside. Or is there ways to make it more or create peace there before many other places? What is my current workflow or current strategy on getting to know these projects? Do I follow politics? Do I read forums? Do I follow the right people on LinkedIn or on some other platforms? Can I have a clear answer? I subconsciously know. And of course, I know the answer. The answer is no, because just now thinking about this, I feel that I'm reaching to new grounds. When I analyze my feeling subconsciousness, this is difficult, or at least it's not easy to think about this. I get arguments that I don't know where to start, and it's very vague. It's not clear. Maybe I need to start a completely unique project or way to do this. There might not be good sources or anyone that I can just copy. Of course, just because this is new, something new, my brain doesn't like it. It arguments or questions, is this really what I want? But if I have these two, they lead directly to world peace. There isn't anything between them, is there? I can think of these projects, solutions, different scale or different way. if I think about gamifying politics project or solution, it's about some level in the whole political system. But what about like Finnish political system? If I think of that as one piece, then wouldn't that be bigger? Now it's not as big, but I can think of that as one project as well. So I would say in general, it's fine to categorize all different level of projects in the same category. When I advance on this, I will know more. I will have more data, more knowledge about projects, solutions, or visions people trying to get. I can then rethink this. Should I be doing anything else than this? Why would I think about AI assistant? I would be wasting my time if I spend all of my time towards gamifying politics. Many people wouldn't understand it. But of course, it has some potential, but so could so many different scenarios. For many, it might be okay to do work that seems to have meaning, seems to do good, but not me. Reading news, I have focused on that, but it was a mistake. I should have started here. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. It doesn't affect possible solutions. If it's just a temporary catastrophe or some event somewhere that I know will change back in a few years, or it's just an example of global warming, but I'm already fully aware of it. The news information doesn't give anything meaningful. So looking for this, and of course, looking for people, that's even more important. So look for projects and people. Is my right already coming? Come on, Wi-Fi is not working. Why? Look for projects and people, and specifically for this case, I can directly ask them. I can mention world peace, and then what are their suggestions? Can they link me with people? Can they tell about some projects? They can tell about their visions, their projects, what they're doing, and I can evaluate it myself. This is definitely something that, or world peace would affect everyone. I want to hear everyone's opinion if they think I should choose something else or my approach is wrong. So show my work, show my projects, my ideas. Try to make it as simply as possible. This is my goal. These are my projects. These are my ideas. I'm working towards this with this streaming, of course. And anyone who wants to help me, who sees that I'm doing something wrong, they suggest that, hey, you should take a look into this. Maybe you should get into politics. Many people have mentioned that I could be good in politics. I know I could get into the parliament if I wanted to. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not next year when there is the election, but like I'm turning 28. There's time for that. Developing my communication skills and so on. Okay, this is already looking very, very good. It's aligning what I have built slowly, but now I'm making it direct, or linking everything directly to here. This has been the problem after I started to build my general motivation, that I haven't made this clear enough. I will rebrand life work, whatever it is, to world peace. This is now, because it tells more. If I say, hey, I'm doing my life's work, what is that? So this will be a rebrand from life work. It's very, very nice. I love it. I absolutely love it. I should say this to AI. No, okay, not directly. I should write it down also for me to make it clear. Okay, do I understand it? And then feed that to AI, create a new conversation on Gemini that I'm currently using, and get its everything suggestions on where to find projects. I will make create this plan good to write this down. To make a huge this is what I need to do. I'm trying to think about specifics, but I could run loops. I don't know, or I know that I'm wasting my time, but I don't know how much. It's very well possible that I will ditch my XR classes, XR headset. It's very well possible I will not write a single line of code. What if my real strength is in team building, is in motivating, is in idea creation, visioning? That just doing this, finding 1,000 different projects, 10,000 people, sending them messages, and I will get an opportunity. I will move there, I will start a job, and I will never go back to coding. This is the current situation. I don't know this. I know I want to do good, and this is very, very important point. It's not about money. People are used to getting some advertisement. Someone tries to sell their course or something. This is not that. I'm trying to sell them world peace. I'm already a resource. I have cleared my life almost fully towards this. I have already pretty strongly connected to realism and to real things, real opportunities. Thinking about AI roles is not important. Yes. That comes after this. After I have already created some idea, understanding of this. Yes. I will end it here. Of course, the descriptions, they don't make sense. That's fine. Terminal live, its status. Stream 66. That's done.